used to do. I got drive, brand new car. Yeah, we headed straight for the moon. Yeah, we headed straight up to Mars. No, you can't ride with me if you ain't up to par. Yeah, we headed straight for the stars. Don't let them tell you aiming too far. I said go ahead and sound the alarm. Yeah, I said go ahead and sound the alarm. We gon' pull up and show them who you are. Enemy lying, he acting like Scar. Stuck, no you can't pull us apart. Stop, no you can't pull us apart. Up, I got the light on me. Yeah, I got the light Pixar. Enemy cannot take what is ours. Stand up, we gon' walk through the dark. Lamp on my feet. I know you'll walk with me even when it gets hard. Walk with me when they pull out my car. They just wanna see me fall. They don't know that I got a handful of hearts. I got a handful of hearts. You started, I'm in the finish with you started. Too heartless, remember back then I was too heartless. You started, I'm in the finish with you started. You started, I'm in the finish with you started. I can't wait too far. Don't care what I used to do. I got drive, brand new car. Yeah, we headed straight for the moon. Yeah, we headed straight up to Mars. No, you can't ride with me if you ain't up to par. Yeah, we headed straight for the stars. Don't let them tell you aiming too far. I said go ahead and sound the alarm. Yeah, I said go ahead and sound the alarm. We gon' pull up and show them who you are. Enemy lying, he acting like Scar. Stuck, no you can't pull us apart. Stop, no you can't pull us apart. Up, I got the light on me. Yeah, I got the light Pixar. Enemy cannot take what is ours. Stand up, we gon' walk through the dark. Lamp on my feet. I know you'll walk with me even when it gets hard. Walk with me when they pull out my car. They just wanna see me fall. They don't know that I got a handful of hearts. I got a handful of hearts. You started, I'm in the finish with you started. Too heartless, remember back then I was too heartless. You started, I'm in the finish with you started. You started, I'm in the finish with you started.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, welcome everybody. We're back. Jesus and Mohammed. Time to open up the space, talk about God, talk about all the ways to get to God. And what does that even mean? Who is God? I think you know who God is. But what's your definition of God? And this is a time to think about these things and talk to each other. Today is just me and you so far. We're looking for guests, so if you want to chat in, if you want to come in on stream, let us know. That's why we're here. That's why we set up this space. It's a call-in show, call-in radio show. I use music. I take chats. I get into the word. We here have a community of just wanting to be together. And so that's why I'm here. We've set up this space for exactly that. So I really want you to take a moment and enjoy being here. We're waiting for people to join us. If you've never joined us before, this first 15 minutes, I kind of wait for people to come in, play music, get into it. We've been live for 5 minutes. Talk about a little bit about what Jesus and Muhammad means, what this show is, and then we start getting into it. So, welcome. Welcome to the Jesus and Muhammad show. All right, and I'm back. Sorry. Those studio lights. I had to get some more light in here. I've noticed that when I have my beard a certain length, I have to have the other studio lights on. Otherwise, it just gets super dark right here. So that's what I was doing. Had to get up. I am producer, host, moderator lighting, sound. That's all me. So I'm still figuring all this out. But just got to go sometimes. Just got to get live and open up the space, wait for people to join us, and let's get it started. So what is this? What is Jesus and Muhammad? Well, my name is Muhammad, and Jesus found me. I found Jesus. I first found Jesus in the Quran, and in studying the Quran and finding Jesus, I decided to pursue that path. Like, okay, what is Jesus all about? Let me go to the Christians. And I found some Christians who were willing to teach me about Jesus. And I found the Word. I found the Bible. And I decided to study it. And I was like, okay, let me try this out. Let me give my burdens and give my life to Christ. And at the same time, studying the metaphysical. We have a great show for you today, but we also have a great show for you tomorrow. I like to let people know right off the bat that I am a Freemason. I joined Freemasonry when I was 21 years old. Didn't really know what I was getting into, but had a calling towards it. And that study of the degrees and getting into the metaphysical, and then leading a life of, and then this is where, I can see where people are like, well, there are some principal tenets of Masonry that we're going to talk about tomorrow. We have a 33rd degree Mason by the name of John Bringle joining us. He was one of my teachers, one of my Masonic gurus, if you will. And then from 21 to 27, I was living a life of exploration of sin is the best way to put it, which isn't that why we're here? Isn't that why we, left the Garden of Eden and came to earth? Was to not only discover sin, but then find a way back by overcoming it. And then we all realize that we cannot overcome sin by our own power. We need a helper. And his name is Jesus. And he's here to help. He came to help. He came to save us, to bring us back to Eden. And when God created us, we talked about this yesterday, he created us in his image. And if God is the creator, then one could only logically conclude that he created us to create, to be creators. And so for me, my creation is House of ALM, which is where this show is hosted. But it allowed me an opportunity to create this space. And I created this space so you could come in here. We could talk about God. We could talk about Jesus. We could talk about you. What are you going through? Drop it in the chat, right? I got an open chat here. I got Omni Chat. So whatever platform you chat in from, we can talk about it. But the title of today's episode is Be Still. And in being still, that's where we find God. Be still. And we're going to talk about where this references come from. The word you might already know. This might all be new to you. You're like, what is this? Well, this is a live stream. This isn't a podcast. This isn't a information. It's information, but I'm not really trying to be educational here. We're not going to talk about the news. We're not going to talk about sports. We're not going to talk about, I'm not going to read you 30 price pick ads or gambling ads. I'm not going to have any ad reads. This is hopefully all this content, 99.999% of it is free for you, because it's not really content, it's a live interactive show. It's a it's a decision that I've made to just reach out and find those others that are looking to elevate their frequency, or sorry, elevate their vibration, and tune in to a new frequency. Now, some online gurus out there, they're going to teach you how to, have better relationships, how to pick up girls, um, how to clean your house, how to live a just and proper life. And some are even going to teach you how to make money. And through God, all things are possible. Some people do it without realizing they're doing it. And then some people go to God, but they go to God with their worries and their fears. And everything you bind in that intangible realm or this tangible realm becomes your reality. It becomes what you live, what you see, what you project. The world is a mirror. It's mirroring your internal state. And so in knowing this, you can change it. You can change it without using the word or the name of Jesus. You can go to that intangible realm and look for money and look for relationships and look for bigger, better, more powerful, and God's going to give it to you every single time. I know this because I lived it and I live it. And what's interesting is you can do that and have a lot of fun and seek and acquire a lot of pleasure. But there's going to be an emptiness every single time because you won't have the joy of the Lord. Because he gives us that free will to create. We are here to create. And that's a big question people have sometimes, like, all right, well, I'm creating, but I'm still left unsatisfied. That's what we are. So think about it. Like we use AI on this show, right? So we use AI. AI is not the authority, but it's a way to summarize the internet, as I put it. Find sources, find answers that we need to get to much quicker than just Googling and skimming a bunch of websites. But we'll come back to that. If you were to create a creation within AI, if you were to create a character, who would you create? And what would you create them to do? Now let's meta reverse this. God created us. What did he create us to do? What did he create you to do? Mohammed, I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at myself in the camera. But you, viewer, participant, hop on in. What did he create you to do? But if you go to create without asking God for the instructions to create the right things, oftentimes I find it leaves people empty. Have you created something? It was great. You got paid for it. People applauded you for it. You got all the accolades and all the things you thought you wanted. And you went home at night, or you went to your bed at night, you laid your head down, and you still felt a little bit empty. Now I would say to you, is to learn what you are doing. You are going through a gateway to the intangible realm in our imaginations. And in your imagination, you can come up with all kinds of things, and then you can bring them back into this tangible realm and make them happen. But if you don't have the right foundation, you will have a house built on sand. You'll feel empty in that house. The house will feel empty. But here's one thing I can promise you. If you want to feel full and fulfilled, go to God in your imagination, in that intangible realm. And God's going to introduce you to Jesus. Find Jesus, and Jesus will introduce you to God. And he'll show you the way. See, there's a historical figure, Jesus, when the Word became flesh and came to us. Regardless of what timeline you're in, it's about, let's go with the general consensus. The year is 2025. It's November 4th, 11/4/2025. We won't get into the Tartarians and how they deleted 200 to 300 years, maybe 700 years. That's the problem. Is we focus on names, dates, places, and historical context. And what's in this realm versus what's in that other realm. So this is the tangible realm, and we're going to the intangible realm. We're going to that intangible realm in our imaginations. And whatever we see there, we bring back into this realm. What are you bringing back? What do you want to bring back? See, all of this was very much a secret until it wasn't. It's unknown until it isn't. I'm not here to teach you anything new. I'm not even teaching. I'm talking about what you already know. And so that's what this space is daily. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we go live at 4:45. Wednesdays, we go live at 9:45. Fridays, we go live at 6:45 sometimes. But hey, we even do random live streams because I have guests who want to come on that this schedule doesn't work for, and I don't expect you to remember this schedule. But here's what I can tell you. Every streaming service you're watching this on has a little subscribe button, and it has a notification bell. And you don't have to show up for every show if you don't want to. But pop in every now and then. Talk with us. Let's talk about it. I'm over my 15 minutes of the intro here. And let's go to prayer. Let's go to God together. Where two or more are gathered in his name. Let's call him into this moment. And let's talk about being still today. Dear Heavenly Father, Source, Creator, Architect, Allah, Ilahi, Eloi, God, you came to us in Jesus' name, and so we come to you in his. We thread the eye of the needle to find your light. We ask you to light up the darkness, to dispel fear, to help us see our own purposes. We ask for your help. We ask for the help of Jesus Christ to weave the tapestry of your kingdom before our hearts and minds, so that we can see your heaven in this realm. You created us to create. We're here to create. We feel you. You feel us. We raise ourselves to the vibration and the frequency that you want us in, that you have set before us. See, we want to elevate ourselves to a place where we can find fulfillment. We love you, God. We bless you, God. And we forgive you, God. And we're grateful, God, that you love us, God. That you bless us, God. And that you forgive us, God. In your hallowed name and through the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. We're in it. We're in it. And if anybody else is here in it with us and you want to drop us a chat, hey, welcome. So sometimes, I get to do this show daily. I love doing it. I'm so excited and hyped to be here. I'm excited for the show we have lined up for you tomorrow morning at 9:45 with 33rd degree brother John Bringle. And we got plenty of other 33rds and 32nds that are about to come through on these episodes and going to blow your mind. See, there's a lot of misinformation about who we are out there, and we're going to dispel those notions. We're about to jump into it on today's topic, but I also want to tell you about Thursday. Thursday, we have Pastor Sam Lee. Pastor Sam Lee is a pastor at my church, a great mind, a great soul, and he comes with the word. And so if you need to find a teacher or a pastor or an imam or a guru, seek them out, but make sure they have the word in them. Make sure they at least know it. And then have these discussions. And if none are willing to have the discussion with you, well, at least you have this space to come here and have this discussion with us. And I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that you'll be coming, right? So you may be watching this after the fact, may have found it in a scrolling. And you may say, hey, I want to join them next time live. So you're going to hit that subscribe button. You're going to hit that notification bell. And one day, you'll join us live. And you'll be like, man, I got questions. Or I want to challenge you. Or I just want to be a part of this community. Hey, welcome. Come on in. Come on. Let's do it. Let's get it. I love to talk. But I'd rather talk with you than at you. See, that's why I created this space. I found a lot of content of people saying, you should do because I did. And it's just a one-way conversation because it's them talking. So I was like, let's create something different. Let's create a two-way conversation. Let's create a show where people can chat in. They can come in. We'll bring you on stream and we'll talk about it. We'll have these conversations. But the only way to know if this would work and if this is what God wanted me to do, I had to create this show. And now that the shows are moving, they're moving and grooving, baby. Woo, we're on episode 16. We're going to keep going. But we want you to participate. Is this something the internet wants? Is this something you want, the algorithm? Now, we're not going for the populace. We're not going like 100,000 concurrent viewers, which would be great. I want as many people to come into this space as possible, but I want to inspire people to create their own spaces like this as well. I am a fisher of men, and I want you to be too, because that's what Jesus wanted us to be. Wanted us to help one another find God, find Him, spread the word, spread the gospel, spread the good news that He's already won. If you want to win, and what are we going to win? Fulfillment, peace, joy. How are we going to win it? By gathering in His name, by doing good works, by letting go of past trauma and opening our minds to the light of God and projecting out through our hearts that which we really want and truly desire. I meet a lot of people who are like, man, I just want to get paid. I'm just trying to get paid. I'll do whatever I have to get paid. I mean, a lot of people who are like, man, I really want a wife, or I really want kids, or I really want just a relationship with others. But we have to ask ourselves, why do we want these things? Is it because what the TV told us? Because what we see other people getting? God wants to give them to you. He wanted to give them to me. He still wants to give them to me, and He brings it. Every time I ask Him for something, it's on its way. I already know. Sometimes it's already here, and I just have to see it. Do you see it? Do you see your imagination becoming real? There's no coincidences. There's no chance. So why is it that some people move through life beautifully, unencumbered? Not because we don't have it in our lives, it's because we choose to put God over those things. And today is, how do we do that? How do we put God over the chaos? Be still. It's in the title of the episode. Are you here? Are you watching? Looks like we got viewers across multiple streams, right? So we got, right now we have Twitch going, we got X going, we got YouTube going. I've said this every episode, I need to make it happen. Kick and Rumble coming soon. But the point is not to just sit back and let me do this. Jump in. See, some of these conversations won't even stay up. I have live streams that I've pulled already because they weren't it. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I am not an authority. And in fact, make no man an authority in your life. You give that power to Jesus and you give that power to God. Allah, the source, the creator. Some people freak out when I say Allah. Tune in to previous episodes. Go back and watch some. We can even talk about it now if you're willing. But what's the word for God in Aramaic? The language Jesus most likely spoke to the crowds in. And there's so many naysayers out there like, oh, well, it's a different God. And no. It's the same God. It's the same way to get to Him through Jesus. Through the Christ. And when you open up that cubicle stone, that center space in your mind, that temple of God, You put it on the cross, and it comes out through your heart. Does that make sense? Kind of making sense, right? You know why? Because it's the truth. And that's how you'll know the truth. Because it won't anger you. It'll make sense. It'll bring you peace. It'll bring you fulfillment. Now, the truth. What is the truth? The truth is what's right. And how do you know? By their fruits you shall know them. What's right? What's wrong? You know. You know when you tuned into this, like, hey, this is right. This feels right. And if it doesn't feel right, then it's not for you. Chat in. Let's talk about it. Drop it in the chat. The sub name of this live stream. Because we want you to chat in. I see viewers all across the board, and we'd love to have you. We would love to have you chat in. Participate. Participate in life. Participate in this. All right. So that's what this space is. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're talking about. We are already about 30 minutes in. We're halfway through. I keep these to an hour. And while we're waiting for people to come in and participate in the chat and talk about things, let's go ahead and dive into the word. Remember, tomorrow, Thursday, we'll have two very special guests. Hope you can join us. Hit that notification bell. Tomorrow it's at 9:45 a.m. And then we will go live again on Thursday at 4:45 p.m. Everything is Central Time. I'm in Austin, Texas. If you ever want to find me, come find me. But if you want to chat in and talk right now, let's chat in and talk right now. Awesome. Let's do this. The best way to find God. Where is it at in the Word? Awesome. So I like to use Bible Hub here and go through the multiple translations. We'll see some side context. We'll ask a question. I'm still learning. I'm figuring all this stuff out. So I said, hey, why not bring you along for the ride with me? And then as we move through this, you'll kind of pick up on what exactly this is. But definitely jump in with us. All right. So today we're talking about being still. Right? Psalm 46:10. Let's jump a little bit ahead. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. God of Jacob is our fortress. God of Israel. Salah. Psalm 46. Little passage. Where I wanted to set in this is just knowing to be still. Sometimes we're trying to do too much. We're trying to be in control. We want to have a grasp on these things. Now, when God says exalted, God says calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Has anyone ever told you to calm down? How does that make you feel? Stop your striving and recognize that I am God. Now, we see that word exalted. All right, let's go to Grok. Fine. Exalted. Raised to a higher rank or status, filled with great joy or pride, elated, nobly elevated in character or purpose, archaic, placed on high. He's the highest, the Lord Almighty, the highest, the Creator. Know that He will be elevated. How do you feel about that? Drop it in the chat. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're here to do. So we're talking about be still, know God, know that God will be raised to the highest among all the nations. The Aramaic translation here, interesting. Instead of let it be or be still, has two different words. The Lamsa Bible says repent and know that I am God. The Peshitta Bible says return and know that I am God. So the general consensus is to be still, let go, return, let go of your concerns, cease striving, stop striving, stop trying to make it happen on your own. Be still. Are you living in a nation that seems to be in turmoil? Be still. Are you living in a house that seems chaotic? Be still. Is crypto bouncing up and down? Is your stock portfolio shooting up and down? Be still. Are you trying to make a sale? Are you having a battle that you're going through at work? Be still. Be still. What happens when you're still? You feel calm. You feel joy. Are you in your car right now? Well, if you're driving, pull over and do this. Can't be still in a moving car. Did you just get home from work? Meeting with chaos? Did you just get out of a meeting where you're like, okay, I gotta get this done, I gotta go, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this? No. Be still. The Buddha went to a tree, right? And he was still, and he stayed still forever. Let's look at that. These are all just things I know. I'm just looking it up, right? Like, I want more clarification. Like, I know these things and my testimony and all that, but type in here the Buddha still. The phrase "the Buddha still" commonly completes as a profound Buddhist teaching. The Buddha still smiles. The Buddha still teaches. The Buddha still sits. The Buddha still walks. Wrong still. The Bodhi tree, that's what I was looking for. The Buddha was sat still beneath the Bodhi's shade. Dust settled on his robe, a sparrow on his shoulder. He did not twitch when ants marched across his ankle. He did not blink when thunder cracked the sky. He simply sat. Breath soft as a moth's wing. Heart wide as the Ganges at dusk. 49 dawns rose and faded, demons roared, desire danced, death whispered. He sat still. On the 49th night, a single star slipped into his chest. He saw every tear ever cried. He saw every smile yet to come. He saw you reading this. He smiled. Small, warm, unstoppable. The earth trembled. Not from fear, but from recognition. Still he sat. Still he sits. Still he waits. For the exact moment you decide to sit still too. Close the screen. Straighten your spine. Let the next breath be the first breath of the world. The Buddha was sat still. Now you are. Sitting still. See, these themes cross cultures. Now, people may be tuning in, but I tuned in to Jesus and Mohammed, and he's talking about the Buddha. The Buddha. Siddhartha. How do you feel about that? Let's talk about it. Chat it in. This is an interactive show. I want you to be a part of it. The message that I'm trying to get across here and being still is like it transcends cultures, it transcends religions, just like God transcends cultures and religions. The Christ transcends culture and religion. How about team no religion? Why not just team God? Allah, team source, creator. He created me. I'm here to create. Let's create something together. I want to help you create for your own, but we want to create to honor our creator. We know there's a creator. You know that there's a creator. That's what this space is. An hour every day. I come in to help people pray, help people get to the creator. And I want to help you too. I want to help you make sense of it as I make sense of it for myself and create something that's interactive. And so I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching, whether you're watching live or you're watching after the fact. If you're watching after the fact, just hit that notification bell and join us live next time. I know my show times aren't the most easy to remember, so I keep repeating them. I go live Mondays, Tuesdays, 4:45 or p.m. Sorry. Mondays, Tuesdays, 4:45 p.m. Everything is in Central Time. I live in Austin, Texas. And then on Wednesdays, we go live at 9:45 a.m. Tomorrow, we have a great guest for you. 33rd degree, Brother John Bringle will be here to talk about Jesus and God and all the things that he and I talk about. We want you to be a part of that conversation because we're going to get into it. We're both Freemasons, and that term scares some people just because it's unknown. But we'll talk about truth, and hopefully you'll participate. If not, at least it'll be something good to listen into. And then on Thursday, 4:45 p.m., we got Pastor Sam Lee right here from Austin, Texas. Going to join us, and we're going to talk about what we talk about. Now, having set topics is one thing, but we kind of just go. What's on our mind that day? What is the word we want to bring that day? What do we want to talk about? And that's what we talk about. We just have that conversation. Hopefully, you'll be a part of that conversation, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. Because that's what this show is. It's an IRL live show because it needs to include you. In real life, we go live. Now, sometimes I have guests and we have topics and things to talk about that aren't a part of that regular schedule. And that's why you want to hit that notification bell. is because you might be in a place or a time or a season where you're just in and out here, but at some point you might need the reminder, or you might want to be a part of this. And that's where we want you to see that notification go off that, hey, we're going live, we're fishing. We're fishing for answers. We're fishing for Jesus, and Jesus is fishing for us and teaching us to fish for men. We're fishing. It's a fishing expedition. Let's go on a fishing trip, right? We'll probably call those live streams that we do randomly, go on a fishing trip. What do you do on a fishing trip? You cast your line in the water and you be still. And then you're real, cast, and then you be still. And then you'll have some good conversation with your buddies who you're fishing with. That's what this is. Awesome. Glad you're here. Glad you're tuning in. Man, we got viewers across multiple channels. No one's chatted in yet. I bring your chats up on screen. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to drop something in. Your chat will pop up. We'll have fun. We'll talk about it. Until then, I'm going to just read some more of the word. We're going to keep talking about being still and some other verses I pulled up here before this show in line with this theme. Let me share my screen with you. There we go. Let's go to let's go to Mark 4:38. So Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a. So this is where they're going across the lake, and the storm's coming, and the storm goes crazy, and they all feel like they're about to drown. Sound familiar? Remember that time? Might be now, where you're in the storm. Well, Jesus is in the stern. He's sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" And he got up and he rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." And then, of course, they made it across the lake. But the point is, when you're still, you can command the chaos around you to mirror you, to be still, to have faith in the Word that became flesh, and his name was Jesus. But have it for your own life. Have it in your own life. Be still. Stillness is a great place to be. From Christ to the Buddha to David, singing and writing his psalms. Be still. No, your computer didn't freeze. I'm just giving us room to be still. Give yourself room to be still today. Tonight, when it's time for bed, when it's time to lay your head down, put down the phone, close your screen, and sit still. And as the chaos and the worries and the tension of the world come down on you, be still. And even the wind and waves will obey you. See, anyone who teaches you otherwise is teaching you the ways of this world, but this world obeys that world. There are rules to this world, but they can be bent. They can be broken. They can be twisted. They can be tied in a knot and untied. Things can vanish and things can appear out of nowhere. That's what miracles are. That's what believing for it means. Believe for it. And don't let your eyes here fool you. Because the more you believe, the more it will create for itself. So be still. Hope that makes sense. I know there's people watching. Chat in. Your keyboard's broken? Don't be still on your keyboard. Chat in. We want to hear from you. You have plenty of time to be still after this show. Or maybe that's what's up right now. Maybe you're just being still. Listen to the sound of my voice. But that's what these episodes are. I just like to talk. I click buttons. We use AI. We search things. We look for things. We read the word. We talk about a specific topic. We only go for an hour. I got 3 minutes left that I drop another 4-minute track, and then we're out of here. And I don't want to stop. I wish I could go another 2-3 hours, and maybe someday we'll have streams that go that long. Maybe those will happen on the fishing trips. But for this, for our regularly scheduled program, we only need an hour. You got other things to do. And I value your time here now. That you've brought your attention to me, to this, to us, to be together, to talk about the word, to talk about being still today. Just do it today. Just try it. If you don't like it, don't do it tomorrow. Kind of hard. Kind of hard to be still, but kind of also hard not to be still once you've decided to be still. This is fun. This is great. I can't wait for communities to join us, for people to join us and not just sit and watch, but to be active participants. See, there's a time to be an observer, observe your own life. But in this show, this is the time to communicate and to have those conversations. That's what this is. All right, I only got a couple minutes left, right? We're running out of time. So, this is Jesus and Mohammed show. We're here to talk about Jesus, about my encounter with Jesus, how I find him, how I found him, how he finds me, how he found me. God created me to create, and I know he created me to create this. And it's not for the masses. Trust me. A lot of NPCs are going to scroll in and out of this one. But you're here. You've chosen to be a part of this. Be a part of it. It's an invitation. And some of these things might scare you. Some of these things might challenge you. Some of these things might open you up and open your mind. Because these shows aren't meant to reach everybody. We hope to. 8 billion people on the world as of now. Well, let's go ahead. Oh, man, I'm running out of time. I was going to ask Rock how many people. Okay, one more verse, and then we're out of here. Sorry, I want to make the most of your time. Here we go. We are going to jump to Psalm 37:7. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they cry out their wicked schemes. Again, from Psalms 37:7. Here it is again. Be still. I'm sure we could go to the whole Bible and find plenty of places and opportunities to be still, but here's the gist of it, right? These 3 verses. Be still before the Lord. Don't worry about when people are saying work hard. You know, if the hardest worker was rewarded, then the donkey would own the farm. Think about that. It's not about working hard. Never has been about working hard. It's always been about being still. Still your mind. That can be hard to do. And this is my encouragement to you to try. This is my encouragement to me, is my reminder to me, hey, Mo, tonight, turn off the streams, turn off the scrolls, put your phone down, and just be still with the Lord. And that chaos, tell it to be still too. Thank you for tuning in today to Jesus and Mohammed. It's been a great show. We are at time. I got a couple seconds here, so I'm just going to remind you, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Tomorrow morning, 9:45 a.m. Central Time, we go live with 33rd Degree Brother John Bringle is on the docket. And then Thursday, we're bringing in Pastor Sam Lee at 4:45 p.m. And yeah, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you're watching this. I'm glad you're a part of this. Gonna roll us out with some music. And I hope you have a still evening. We love you. I love you. We're all God's creation. Okay, let me find a track. Let me drop this out. Here we go. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Now I gotta throw the shades on every time that music comes on, boy.
EST. Yeah, OCOEE. Yeah.
Caleb Gordon.
Hey. Yeah. You know when I fall, you know when I ride. Show me the way when it's dark outside. When I cannot breathe, you keep me alive. Can't do this alone, I need you by my side. You know my truth and you know all my lies. You know my heart and you know what I hide. Oh Lord, I give you my pride. When I think I can do it all on my own. You give me your eyes so I can see with a heart of a lion. Wings like an eagle, you want me to fly. You gave me back all my time, my love. Ain't nowhere to hide, ain't nowhere to run. Try to go to the skies. I know that you there.
Don't forget, tomorrow, 9:45 a.m. Central Time.
Shine all around me. I was down in that dirt, but you found me. You know all of my days. You know me before I knew all your ways. Now you saw me out running them plays. Oh Lord, wait before I even change my life. When I wait, remember I wouldn't even pray at night. Used to gave, used to win and gave your life. That's why I say I'll follow you for all of my life. Clean my mind, give me your brand new heart. Clean my mind, give me your brand. You know when I fall, you know when I ride. Show me the way when it's dark outside. When I cannot breathe, you keep me alive. Can't do this alone, I need you by my side. You know my truth and you know all my lies. You know my heart and you know what I hide. Oh Lord, I give you my pride. When I think I can do it all on my own. You give me your eyes so I can see with a heart of a lion. Wings like an eagle, you want me to fly. You gave me back all my time, my love. Ain't nowhere to hide, ain't nowhere to run. Try to go to the skies. I know that you there when I lie down. You the sun when I rise, oh, oh. And I know that the dark won't hide me. I look up and your light shine, shining. Shine all around me. I was down in that dirt, but you found me. You know all of my days. You know me before I knew all your ways. Now you saw me out running them plays. Oh Lord, wait before I even change my life. When I wait, remember I wouldn't even pray at night. Used to gave, used to win and gave your life. That's why I say I'll follow you for all of my life. Clean my mind, give me your brand new heart. Clean my mind, give me your brand new. Clean my mind, give me your brand new heart. Clean my mind, give me your brand new. A2000 EST.